I think that when you talk to people about this concept of taking pictures and using technology to change people's behavior, particularly as it affects the public, pedestrians, children, other drivers, themselves, I think it speaks volumes to the kind of success that we're seeing here in Shelton in terms of being able to identify people who don't stop for flashing lights. It's kind of a basic concept, but it's really all about changing people's behaviors. And I think that we're going to be met with a lot of success. And unfortunately, people start to get it when you hit them in their pocketbook, and that's pretty much what this program is designed to do. Want to give a lot of credit to Bus Patrol, to our staff here at the City of Shelton, our police department, for taking this initiative to move it forward and understanding that we need to take advantage of all the different tools out there to be able to change situations, to change things for the better. And so, I'm going to stop there, and I'm happy to take people's questions.
Can you, I don't know if this is a question for you or for one of the speakers later, but give us the statistics of how many violators you've seen in this 30-day trial period?
I just happen to have it right here. We have identified 635 individuals. 560 were approved. That's a percentage of about 88%. Approved, meaning that were reviewed on the film and concluded that yes, there was a violation. So when you look at these numbers, you can't help but believe that this is a good concept and that more people really should be doing it. Because if more people did do it, we could change people's behavior as it pertains to on the road and driving and a whole variety of other things. So,
was there some specific incident that initiated the desire to do this, take this step forward, or was it just a combination of several things?
well, I think it's a combination of several things. Other communities started talking about it and discussing the concept. Well, we know that people are impatient, that drivers are distracted, that people are maybe medicated or they're on some type of substance that they shouldn't be on, and that all has an impact. And so I think it's part of our responsibilities as public service people to try to provide the best quality of life product that we can. I think that this program will bear out that it will definitely do that. We have a representative from the police department. I don't know who's gonna speak. Our Deputy Chief,
Mayor.
Kevin Stratton.
Thank you, sir. Just to reiterate on the mayor's comments, with the amount of for the first month, over 600 citations were issued. In years past, the bus drivers, their main goal is to safely get our children to school. Now, if their car is passing the stop sign, they're trying to take time out, write the plate down, and they would call the police department. On any given year, maybe 40 plates were given, so we can just see how it's compounded, where we're out there trying to maybe find 40 cars, and now we're getting 600 times that by 12. It's tremendous. So I think it's a great program. I think it's going to gain compliance from people. Like the mayor said, it's going to hit them in the pocket. They're going to realize that I should probably pay more attention. And like the mayor said, it's all distracted driving. People are on their cell phones, not paying attention, and God forbid, we're lucky that we haven't had a child getting off a school bus and coming home to their parents and getting hit by a car. So I think it's a great program, and I think it's going to be very positive going forward.
Just to add to that, does it not affect parents at the bus stop waiting for their kids to get off the bus? Does it not affect other pedestrians who live in a neighborhood who are just out for a walk? I know a lot of people walk in my neighborhood. We've upgraded sidewalks around the city because we know that people enjoy this recreational pleasure to be able to walk their dogs, walk themselves, a whole variety of different things. I also like to introduce a representative from Bus Patrol who's here with us today. They're the implementer of the technology in the program. So,
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
you're welcome.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Adam Schaefer, and I'm with the vendor who provides the bus arm camera technology, Bus Patrol. Distracted driving is on the rise, as we've heard from the mayor and the deputy chief. And one of the tools that we have, fortunately, provided by companies like Bus Patrol, is cameras that are able to be mounted on the bus. And I just want to draw your attention to the camera that's mounted here in the middle, high definition camera that can take pictures of license plates, front or back, across multiple lanes. And then a fisheye camera right at the top of the bus that provides a 180-degree view of vehicles passing illegally either from the rear or from the front of the bus. We urge drivers to remember, when you see the yellow lights flashing, the bus is slowing down, a child may be preparing to cross the street, the stop sign and red lights are about to be on. Slow down, just as you would for a traffic light. And so part of what Bus Patrol is so proud to provide in partnership with the mayor, the police, and the schools is an educational campaign to remind drivers to stop for the bus. As a parent of school-age children myself, it gives me great pride to know that we're protecting not just a couple of busy bus routes, but the entire fleet of buses here in the city. So every child's journey to and from school is safer day by day. So this is really a testament to an incredible partnership with multiple government stakeholders to create a great program like this and keep children safe. And as we've seen, already catch hundreds of motorists who were issued warnings during the past 30 days. And starting on Monday, that's a ticket. So we want as few tickets as possible. So please, stop for the bus, keep our kids safe. And thank you all for being here today.
Do you have an idea of how many students ride the bus at Shelton?
4,000 students about in the city.
Yeah, there's about 3,000 kids that ride the buses.
And how many buses are there that are equipped with this technology?
All 68, every single one.
Can you explain how the technology works again? How you review those tickets or violations to then issue tickets?
Absolutely. Every time the stop arm is activated, children are boarding or disembarking from the bus. The camera, which has been rolling, begins recording and saving the video for 20, 30 seconds, however long until the stop arm is then brought back in. That video clip is filtered through a special kind of artificial intelligence that determines if there even was a pass at all. Sometimes the bus may be stopped at the bus yard, they're turning the equipment on, there's no illegal passing happening. But if an illegal pass is caught, that video is then sent to a team of Bus Patrol human reviewers. 3 different layers of reviewers indicate whether the conditions were present that may have actually indicated an illegal pass. Those at Bus Patrol do not issue any violations. We simply enable the police department to use their discretion to determine if a violation in fact took place. If that is the case, as we saw with over 500 just during the warning period, they can approve that citation to be issued. It's sent to the registered owner's information on file, and that registered owner bears that responsibility for the violation. Liability can be transferred through a process, or if they weren't the operator, or if they want to contest the violation, they're able to access that process through an administrative hearing. But really, ultimately, these events that get filtered through and reviewed by police, we do see about 80–90% that was in fact an illegal pass. So hoping to see, as we do across the country when we implement these programs, those rates decline even in the first year. Over 94% of motorists who receive one of these violations never offend again. So we know the program works, and just are really about getting the message out there so that folks know yellow lights start to slow down, red lights stop.
How many school districts in Connecticut and across the country implement this technology?
So Shelton's one of the inaugural districts in Connecticut. We're also in Danbury and Bridgeport. But we're obviously looking to get this message far and wide and equip every bus in Connecticut, ideally. And then, we're with your neighbors in New York, Rhode Island, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Florida, Texas, really just trying to expand across the country. There's millions of children that ride the school bus every day, and annually over 43 million of these illegal passes happen. So we want to bring that number down to 0, ideally. So we're just so proud to be one of the first programs here in Connecticut, with Shelton.
Yeah, I just want to expand on a point that, about the technology that I think is really relevant, and just it's an example of how things have evolved and changed over the years. I would recall having many meetings with the police department personnel, from the chief right on down, pointing out that in front of our schools that there's a lot of kids used to walk once upon a time, and when they're crossing, we need to have some assistance. We need to have a police presence out in front of the school so people know that they have to slow down. And with this new technology, it's going to reduce the amount of time and the amount of hours that we're actually putting in with police personnel to be doing other things. And it's not just in front of the schools; it's also in the individual neighborhoods too. So we are a product of our evolution, as they say. And I think it's very important that communities across the country recognize the importance of a very simple technology that can be very productive. I also want to call attention to two members of our Board of Aldermen who are here today because ultimately our Board of Aldermen has to approve these types of initiatives. They are here in full support. Chris Balmacy from the 3rd Ward and Eric McPherson from the 2nd Ward. Would you like to say a few words? I know I'm putting you on the spot, but...
As the mayor has reflected, and so has the deputy chief, that our focus is safety in the city of Shelton, and this is one of the ways to implement that. We're working on other things to address many other components of safety first. The key thing is kids need to be safe getting on the bus, getting off the bus. Parents need to be reassured that we're doing everything possible, and our constituents need to realize they can't go around a bus anymore. So that's
Crosswalk signage.
well, yeah, I'm doing the crosswalk signage. We're working on a lot of things behind the scenes, so this is just one of the components, and I'm happy to see the results are astounding. So it will increase some revenue for us as well. So thanks.
Okay, thanks, Chris. Anybody else?
Are there any bus drivers that maybe Frank can speak to the anxiety that drivers feel when they see a driver who is not?
Frank, the floor is yours.
Sure. Yeah, the bus drivers, I think your question was the anxiety for them. And the bus drivers have been ecstatic about this program because they have taken a lot of the burden off of the bus drivers by implementing this program. Like Deputy Chief Stratton had said, that the bus driver used to be responsible for taking all the information down on the violator that passed the bus. Now, Bus Patrol's AI equipment has just taken that off the table. The bus driver can strictly concentrate on the students, on their safety. If they see that car coming, they can totally concentrate on that child, tell them to stop, wait, don't cross, whatever, and the AI can take care of the violation. They are ecstatic about that. They can just worry about what they have to do inside and outside the bus and not worry about that car. It's $250.
Okay, anybody else?
Anybody else?
Any message to drivers that do this in possible?
Don't pass the bus. I mean, it's that simple. You're not saving any time. I mean, it's statistically, you haven't saved a second. I mean, statistically, it's been proven even going like 80 instead of 65 haven't saved you any time in an hour. What's it going to save you? Nothing. But it could take a life.
Okay, anybody else? Okay.
I was just going to ask, do you have video clips from the system showing people passing that we could use?
I think Bus Patrol, if you get your information to them, they have a little packet they can send to you. Anything else?
Okay, thank you all for coming.
Thank you.